Now. So we have our speaker Ramya as well with us. So the today's topic is how data science is revolutionizing ad tech and the advertising industry. So about Ramya, a quick intro about Ramya. So with over 20 years of experience in the industry, she is based in Bangalore and is a highly respected leader with a proven track of success. As COO, Ramya is known for her strategic thinking and ability to lead change and has a reputation for putting people first while leveraging cutting edge technology. So thank you everyone for joining in. Ramya, over to you. You can take the session right now. Thank you.
Thanks, Adil. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today to talk about the topic that is transforming the world of advertising, the role of data scientists in ad tech companies, and how data scientists bring a fresh perspective to this fast evolving industry, which is very dynamic. If you look at advertising industry, it has gone through a lot of dramatic changes over the recent years, and some of these advancements are driven in technology and in data and analytics space. Especially in this era of data-driven decision making, data scientists emerge as as one of the key players and key skill set that offers new insights, strategies, and innovation that is shaping the future of programmatic. Now, over the next few minutes, let's discuss how data scientists bring a unique perspective to ad tech companies and why their contributions are so crucial for the success of advertising industry. If you can go to the next slide. Awesome. So that was a little sneak peek into what MIQ is all about. Yeah, if you can uh, click on. All right. So within MIQ, if you look at Center of Excellence, that is based out of Bangalore here, we call ourselves a Center of Excellence. And Center of Excellence was set up as the technology and analytics hub, servicing and catering to all of our agencies and advertiser client needs from Bangalore. And we play in the field of managed services media partner in the programmatic domain, where we are powering some of the global solutions and demand in the programmatic industry. And for Center of Excellence to be more future proofing its capabilities, we look at continuous evolution of by bringing in innovation, advanced technology, and state of the art and best practices that drive not just innovation at our core, but also look at how can we efficiently and move forward with pace, but also bring excellence in the outcomes that we work on. And so, with that, moving on to the next slide. Let's talk about programmatic industry, right? Next slide. Um, so we will show you the distinction between uh, marketing digital marketing and advertising. So advertising, you will have to look at it as a subset of marketing that specifically involves creating and delivering promotional messages to a targeted audience. The primary goal of advertising is for us to mainly communicate specific message or probably an offer to a wider audience, and the intention of with the intention of driving immediate action such as sales or lead generation, right? That's pretty much what your advertising is. Now, on the other end, digital marketing is a broader term that encompasses all the marketing efforts that uses digital channels to connect with our current and prospective customers. Now, this not just includes advertising, but it also brings in strategies like content marketing, email marketing, social media management, search engine optimization, and many more. Now, if you look at the goal of digital marketing, it is primarily focused to build and maintain an online presence where we engage with customers, where we nurture leads, you drive long-term business growth. But it's also about creating a cohesive strategy that integrates various digital channels to bring in the reach, but at the same time influence customers throughout their buying journey. Next slide. Now that we know about programmatic and digital marketing, let's talk about where programmatic comes into picture, right? Now, programmatic advertising is a subset of digital marketing, which primarily focuses on automated buying and selling of online ad space. What we do in programmatic is we use a lot of algorithms and real-time bidding to target specific audiences, and we make it more highly personalizable, personalized ads based on our data and analytics and data science capabilities. Now, programmatic advertising generally involves various types of display ads. It could be video ads, it could also be social media ads, or even connected TV ads, which we call as CTV ads. Now, it operates across a wide range of platforms and websites, but within the framework of automated ad exchanges and networks. And the primary goal of programmatic advertising is to efficiently target the right audience at the right time with the right message, where you are able to maximize the relevance and impact of ads, but at the same time optimize the ad spend. Now, this is a much more cost efficient, real time optimized, and dynamically personalized way of targeting customers. Moving on to the next slide. And we all of us know that we are pretty much in uncertain times, especially after post-pandemic. The world is settling into new habits, and there are global political issues that are also changing supply chains. There is inflation, labor shortages, and all of this, right? So all of this is leading to big micro shifts. Now, what happens when there is big micro shifts is you will see a change in the spending pattern where your spending pattern becomes more careful, and we all know it as consumers ourselves. Now, what is happening to attention? Attention is fragmenting. Our lives today is spent on media all day, but the number of devices and platforms that we use to consume media is also growing. At the same time, data usage is under more scrutiny, and customers now expect that their data has to be handled more carefully than ever. But let's unpack some of these in upcoming slides. Moving on. Let's take TV as an example, right? With all the display ads, social media ads, and TV ads that I spoke about, let's talk only about TV ads as an example. Now, TV, if you look at, is changing. That brings about, a lot of opportunities for programmatic industry. And let's just talk about fragmentation. One is it takes a lot of computing power to analyze trillions of connected TV signals. The strength of our industry to make some of the bold choices and wisdom we have gained over the last few years points at a very changing landscape. Now, fundamentally, fragmentation exists because our viewing habits as customers have changed. On an average, based on some of the research data, each household has about three streaming platforms. And within that, there are about 10% of viewers are subscription hoppers, which means they're moving from one subscription to another subscription. And what really stands out to us is 93% of the consumers are also reevaluating their subscriptions, which shows that customers today are comfortable changing where they get the content from, as long as they're getting the content that is needed. Now, consumers are longer shackled to the TV schedule. There's anecdote about watch my habits. The conversation has changed, but now it's now about how I behave. It's about how you audiences behave as well. So in the modern advertising landscape, one size fits all approaches have never worked. And if you look at consumers expect a personalized experience, and advertisers need to continuously deliver the right message to the right audience at the right moment. Now, what happens when such expectations comes in is where data scientists truly come in and deliver those segment audiences based on the user's behavior, demographics, purchasing history, and even psychographics. Now, by analyzing this data, data scientists can help create highly personalized advertising campaigns that not just resonate with individual consumers, but also improve our conversion rates and enhance the user experience as a whole. Now let's think of a personalized recommendation on platforms like Amazon, right? Or a tailored video suggestions on YouTube. Now these recommendations are not just random guesses, but they are a result of powerful algorithms and data science models that work in the backend continuously to learn and adapt to user behavior. Now, data scientists make this level of personalization possible by helping brands connect with consumers in a meaningful ways. Moving to the next slide. All right, so talking about advertising today is not just about intuition or gut feelings, it's about leveraging data. Now, that is paramount. Ad tech companies today collect enormous amounts of data, whether it's impressions, clicks, user engagement metrics, or behavioral patterns. The volume of data is growing and compounding every day. Now, the data scientists play a very pivotal role here by using advanced analytics, machine learning models, and algorithms to transform the raw data that we collect into actionable insights. Now, they also bring in structured data. They also bring in structure to the unstructured data and extract patterns which are more meaningful from all the noise and chaos, but also helping businesses make informed decisions. For example, in programmatic industry, data scientists can predict which ad placements will result in the highest engagement of the user, thus optimizing campaigns for performance and cost efficiency. This also gives us the ability to predict user behaviors and target the right audiences at the right time, which is a game changer for programmatic industry. Moving on. Yeah. Well, the next slide comes in. We also talked about outcomes, which is most important for us to understand consumer behavior, right? The way MIQ has looked at data scientist opportunity is it's our end-to-end performance engine that makes all of this possible to achieve better outcomes, be it commercial outcomes like CPA, CTR, or brand outcomes as the metrics, or there are also custom business metrics that brand actually cares about. Now, the first part of our engine, which is Connect, allows us to connect about 170 different data partnerships. First, to augment the user identity, then we enrich the audience digital profile, and then we help build a holistic view of the customer. Now, what also happens is our tech platform, which is Studio, allows us to do this at a larger scale. When you talk about the discover over here, the part focuses on how you're building these audience insights and surfacing them for discovery via a rich data visualization in our proprietary platform hub. Now, this helps our traders and account executives and our clients to build their plan and drive day zero insights to set up campaign for audio relevancy from day one. Now, finally, what happens is our engine allows us to measure and report on all the activated campaigns to all our KPIs and not just DSP KPIs. And we can build a custom multi KPI focused solution based on the user specific goal. So we are able to balance the viewability with CPAs or the sustainability with CPM or something even more custom based on the customer requirement. And data science here is deeply embedded in every component of our engine. Moving on. All right, so where are we focused on is we pretty much have been having a very strong year strategically, and now for us as an organization, our period of focus is about building unique capabilities and continuing to stay focused on that. Moving on, let's talk about the power of data scientists, right? I've tried to summarize in four different points. Now, where can data scientists truly be adding value? First one, if you look at advanced predictive analytics, all of us have heard about this, but if you look at analyzing historical data and trends, data scientists can predict future consumer behavior. You can also predict the market trends and even the potential success of a particular advertising campaign. For example, and you look at a predictive model that can forecast how a specific audience segment will respond to a new product launch or how different creatives will perform across various channels. This allows advertisers to tweak campaigns in real time, ensuring that they're always one step ahead of consumer preferences and market shifts. The second area that we're talking about is attribution and performance management. Now, one of the long-standing challenges in advertising industry has been accurate attribution, which means understanding which touchpoints in a customer journey are driving conversions. Our traditional methods that we have used in the past, like last click attribution, most often than not fail to capture the complexity of what a modern consumer journey looks like, which often spans across multiple devices, channels, interactions, and all. Now, data scientists bring a fresh perspective by developing a multi-touch attribution models that track and assign value to every interaction a customer is having with its brand. Now, these models help advertisers not only gain a holistic view of the customer journey, but they also allow them to optimize spending across various touchpoints and increase return on investment. The third point is about enhancing creativity through data. Now, many think that data scientist is all about numbers and algorithms, but it also has a powerful role in driving creativity. Now, data scientists can provide that creative teams with insights into what kind of content resonates with the specific audiences by allowing us to land impact storytelling and advertising. Now, for example, if we have to analyze which images, colors, or messaging strategies perform best with certain demographics of people, creative teams can tailor their assets for maximum engagement. Now, this blend of creativity and data driven insights that we see leads to ads that not only capture attention of the customer but also drive action. And finally, real-time optimization and automation, which we can never ever forget in programmatic world, is in the fast-paced dynamic advertising environment, real-time decision making is super critical. Data scientists play a major role in automating and optimizing ad campaigns in real time. Through our machine learning models, what we do is we automate bid strategies in our platforms, which means that we are adjusting bids in milliseconds based on user behavior and campaign goals. Now, this not only saves time but also ensures that ads are shown to the right audience at the right price and increasing overall efficiency. Additionally, real time optimization also provides advertisers to react at a faster pace to changes in the marketplace. Now, if a certain ad creative is underperforming, For example, data scientists can quickly identify the issue and recommend adjustments, ensuring that we are still staying on track with our campaign delivery. Now, with all of this background on how data scientists add value to at tech space, we will now move on to talk about the tips to crack a data scientist role. Okay, the first tip, mastering the fundamentals. I'm pretty sure all of you would have heard about this, but fundamentals becomes super priority, especially when you brush up your key concepts like probability, linear algebra, calculus, hypothesis testing. These are crucial for you all to understand how machine learning models work. Second is we will have to focus on programming skills, be it Python or R. They are most widely used languages in data science, and even master libraries like Pandas, which comes really handy. Finally, data manipulation and visualization as to how you learn to clean and visualize data using tools like Power BI, Tableau, or ThoughtSpot in or Seaborn in Python is super critical. When you have all of these foundational elements, what you then look at is understanding the machine learning algorithms, which means that you're starting with a supervised and an unsupervised learning algorithm, such as your linear regression, decision trees, or random forest. That then you look at how do you deepen your knowledge by progressing into exploring some advanced level topics like deep learning, neural networks, natural language processing. And but at the same time, you also have to keep in mind that model evaluation is super critical as to how you evaluate models using techniques like cross validation, confusion metrics, or precision recall. All of these are super important. Once you have done this, your data querying skills is critical for querying databases. Learn how to write efficient SQL queries to extract from large data sets. You will have to understand the basic database concepts also in database management, like it could be normalization, it could be indexing, or even performance tuning, because as data scientists often work with large data sets stored in most often than not relational databases. Once you have all of this in place, data cleaning is is super critical when it comes to cleaning all of that noise and messy data you have your hands on. So, mastering the techniques of handling missing values, outliers, data inconsistencies, learning to pre process techniques such as normalization, scaling, or encoding categorical variables becomes important. So, first, get your fundamentals right and master every aspect of it. The second recommendation that we have is you have to really get hands on with projects. You may have heard this, but until you apply your theoretical knowledge to a hands on real world data, you will not be able to understand where can problem solving and business requirements fit in. So we look at using platforms like Kaggle, driven data, or even Google dataset search to find datasets and practice building models or insights. Then you will also have to showcase your projects on GitHub or a personal website. This is all about building your portfolio. Real world applications, even if it is personal project, go ahead and demonstrate your ability to apply that theoretical knowledge. And finally, don't stop there. My recommendation is also start practicing and participating in competitions. If you are engaged in Kaggle or a similar data science competition, they will help you hone your problem solving skills and at the same time gain experience working with diverse data sets. Third, once you get hands on with projects, the third one is all about focusing on business problem solving, which means that you're not thinking about data, but now you start shifting your perspective to think about business. Companies want data scientists who can solve business problems using data. However, you have to understand the business really well if you have to figure out an opportunity. Now, when you start practicing working on business problems and translating them into data science projects, that's when you will reflect on your areas of improvement. Next, critical thinking. where you're developing an analytical mindset that is focused on asking the right questions, identifying which data or methods will help solve the problem is crucial. After you do all of this, you also need to understand that tools and cloud platforms are super critical. For example, we look at version controlling, where we are looking at you learn Git for version control, as data science projects often involve team collaboration. Second is you will also have to get familiar with cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, which companies use, which are increasingly used for deploying data science solutions. And finally, big data tools. Big data tools is all about large scale data problems where you learn about big data technologies like Hadoop or Spark and distributed computing. And our last recommendation, once you are able to nail the business problem solving, is about building soft skills. In a corporate world, if you have to thrive, you need to have the right communication skills where you're able to explain complex technical ideas to a non-technical stakeholders as a critical skill. You're focusing there on your aspects of storytelling with data and presenting insights clearly. The second is collaboration, where in a data science role, you will often work in cross collaboration teams where you're developing skills in collaboration or you're working with project management and team communication becomes crucial. Next is adaptability. Data science tools and techniques evolve quickly, and all of us know that, but you have to be prepared to continuously learn and adapt to new technologies and methodologies. Now, how do you prepare once you have all of these? How do you prepare for interviews becomes super crucial. First one is having exposure to technical questions. You have to be ready to answer questions about programming, machine learning algorithms, data manipulation, data querying, and all of those. You have to practice coding and work through problems on platforms like HackerRank, as an example. Then you pick case studies. You practice data science case studies where you will need to approach a business problem. You have to choose the right data and model solutions. And finally, start giving mock interviews where you participate in mock interviews to familiarize yourself with the real world interview scenarios and improve your confidence. With all of these done, never ever forget to network and seek mentorship. You have to join data science communities if you have to participate or attend meetups, webinars, or conferences where you can network with like minded people who can also give you the leads and insights. But it is important to also find a mentor in the data science field who can offer you all advice, review your work, or help you navigate your career path. With that, I think we come to an end.
Thank you so much, Ramya, for the amazing session. I hope the candidates got to learn few things for sure. So we have few Q&A as well to attend. So the first question is that what are the some of the biggest challenges data scientists face in the ad tech industry and how can they overcome them?
Sorry, I was on mute. All right. Good question. I think there are a lot of challenges and opportunities to, uncover or unpack in programmatic space. I will give you a very high-level overview. Some of these challenges can be dynamic in nature, based on the ecosystem. It can also increase our focus on other aspects of the business. For example, one of the challenges we often run into is data privacy and regulations, where you will have to keep in mind the constraints around GDPR, CCPA, or even the latest one, India's Digital Personal Data Protection (DPDP) bill that got implemented. So you will have to keep privacy in mind and at the core when you are designing solutions and building capabilities. especially with some stringent rules that requires data scientists to be up to date about how do they extract value from the data that we are onboarding. The second aspect is also cookieless future that we have not spoken about. But if you're closely observing programmatic industry, you will get to know that the deprecation of third-party cookies has been something that Google has been talking about. But for ad tech companies, tracking user behaviors across sites become a challenge when cookies are removed. Now, where MIQ stands out is we have continued to build geocontextual capabilities. You find alternative identifiers, and that's the role of a data scientist, where you develop machine learning models that can predict user behavior by either using first-party data or contextual targeting or cohort-based approaches and all of those. And I'll probably highlight one other thing is scalability and real-time processing. We deal with large amount of data sets that require real-time decisions, be it on campaign optimization or bidding. Data scientists will need to design algorithms and models that can process all of these large data sets at scale with low latency responses, but at the same time maintain accuracy in predictive analytics and recommendations of the systems. And I think I've also touched upon cross-device identification in the slides that I went about. And finally, one last thing is about interpretability of the models. Which means that many machine learning models used in AdTech today are often looked at as black boxes. Now, making these models interpretable to stakeholders, be it your agencies or advertisers or marketers or brands that you're interacting with, while ensuring that they are actionable and effective, is a very important challenge that data scientists face most often than not.
Thanks, Ramya, for the response. So, the next question is that how does MIQ ensure the ethical use of data in its advertising strategies, especially with growing concerns about user privacy?
Okay, um, that's a good question. So, if you look at the ethical use of data, it's actually through a robust set of policies and technical innovations and our commitment to transparency and privacy in a programmatic space. Now, a few things that we do, at MIQ is one is you have to be compliant with data privacy regulations, which means that internally your legal counsel will have to be sensitizing people about major data privacy laws, again, which is GDPR, CCPA, and now DPDP bill in India. Uh, then what we do is we follow all of these regulatory requirements for transparency and user control over the data, which means that you're using robust consent management platforms to track and manage user permissions. Second is in all the capabilities that we build, we look at privacy first approach, which means that you're anonymizing data, but also using capabilities like data minimization. We use this extensively within MIQ to protect personal information, so that way all the sensitive data is not exposed or misused, and only the data that is necessary for a campaign is collected and processed by reducing the risk of overreach. And this is also an area where cookieless solutions, the shift towards cookieless future, we have invested heavily in privacy safe alternatives such as first party data, contextual targeting, cohort based advertising, and all of those in maintaining campaign effectiveness. The other aspect I can think of is fairness and non-discrimination. Like you all have heard about AI, right? I'm also trying to bring the AI perspective here. So with every company trying to adopt AI into their product and solution capabilities, we've also looked at where AI is applicable within MIQ, and we're committed also to ensure that our data science models are free from any kind of biases that could unfairly target or exclude certain groups of people. Now, what we do is we continuously monitor and evaluate our AI and machine learning algorithms that aim to mitigate any unintended bias or delivery. And of course, like any other organization, we also have our own internal governance and ethical training practices. We also look at advanced data security practices, where we are looking at encryption, secure storage, access control, or protecting consumer data from unauthorized access and breaches. So all of these put together, I think our holistic data practice to build trust with both our agencies and clients and consumers help us bring a more balanced approach.
Thanks, Ramya. So next question is that what advice would you give to aspiring data scientists who want to enter the adtech industry?
I'm thinking. I've covered all the tips there. I'm thinking, so first thing I will highlight is one is, of course, I'll keep in mind that you're a data scientist who I'm addressing today, but irrespective of data scientists or individuals who are aspiring to get into programmatic, there should be few things that we should focus on if you have to build your career for the long term, which means that you have to look at developing your skills both in technical aspects but also industry specific skills, which means that you're exposing yourself to unique challenges and dynamics of that particular industry, which is more fast paced. I'll go back to saying that you have to master your fundamentals really well. You have to gain real strong understanding of ad tech concepts. And I always say this: ad tech is not an easy domain. A lot of jargons get used there, and you need at least 6 months to familiarize yourself with ad tech ecosystem, be it real-time bidding, demand-side platforms, supply-side platforms. There is DMPs, which is a data management platform. All of these components understanding is very very crucial. Now after you understand that, then you comes all of the key metrics. Now key matrices is, it could be like your click through rate, which is CTR, or your conversion rate, impressions, viewability, CPA, which is cost per acquisition, or your ROAS, which is return on ad spend. How all of these impact decision making is also important. Once you familiarize yourself with ad tech ecosystem, then the key metrics, the third comes the attribution models. Now as a data scientist, you will have to be very familiar with the applicability of attribution models like MTA, which is multi-touch attribution, last click attribution, or any other models that measure the effectiveness of ad campaigns across different touch points. Now, what else? Maybe, develop expertise in handling large scale data. There are big data technologies where that helps us handle huge volumes of data, but you need to familiarize yourself on Spark or Hadoop, some kind of big data tools or distributed databases. Of course, real time data processing becomes important. Um, Maybe specializing more in predictive modeling and optimization. The reason I say that is, when you focus more on predictive modelings for user behavior, your click-through rates or CTR or conversion probabilities becomes more accurate. Now, the experience with recommendation systems or time series forecasting, such as these, are super valuable for us. And optimization is one of the key techniques in ad tech, where you particularly bring the context of ad bidding strategies or campaign budget allocation for campaigns. So how do you optimize for real-time decisions and maximize the campaign performance is very crucial. And apart from that, you have to stay curious, you have to stay hungry, you have to always understand where the industry is moving towards. As humans, we always find comfort in growth, but we don't find comfort in curiosity. And my recommendation is learn all about solutions that are happening in the programmatic industry, be it cookieless future, be it connected TV, be it retail media networks or omni-channel campaigns. All of these act as a trigger point for you to go deeper and understanding the industry's challenges and how you can build that competitive edge for the company that you're working for, and where data science plays a key role in optimizing and measuring cross-channel ad performance and all of those. And of course, soft skills we spoke about. Yeah, and continue to network and keep learning.
Thank you, Ramya. So we're taking the last question for this session. So the last question is, how do you see the role of AI and machine learning evolving in the future of AdTech?
Okay. So one of the examples that I quoted about AI was definitely around how we eliminate biases in the models. I'm also kind of thinking aloud as to how we bring AI and ML into the future of ad tech. So one is making the consumer journey more personalized and help us in audience targeting for sure. I'm also looking at, your contextual targeting or predictive analytics capabilities. The second area is real-time bidding optimization, where you bring automated bid strategies, where AI-powered algorithms are, further optimizing all your real-time bidding strategies. By continuously learning from your auction data and make the most effective bidding decisions for the company. Then you have cost optimizations that you covered, like your CPCs, CPMs, all of those. And one thing that I've not touched upon is fraud detection in programmatic. Maybe that's also an opportunity where AI's ability to detect patterns of fraudulent activity in real time could be helpful, which will make it more precise, reduce ad fraud, and ensure there are more genuine and reliable ad engagements. Um, I would also say attribution and probably cross-channel campaign optimization, where you bring data science models like MTAs or cross-channel optimizations that look at different channels, be it including display, search, social, connected TV, and more. So you can optimize the spend allocation by analyzing performance across different channels in real time. Data privacy solutions could be an area we will have to explore and see how AI can, drive privacy and preserve machine learning models, and where it can help us on first party data utilization. But the other curious aspect that I am personally curious is about customer journey mapping and analysis, where you're able to build AI and ML to track and analyze customer journey across multiple touch points, but at the same time, those behaviors from awareness to conversion, and how can that deep understanding allow advertisers to tailor their marketing messages based on where the users are in their customer journey? That's going to be super critical. And when you look at the lifetime value, where AI can truly optimize that full marketing funnel is by predicting customer lifetime value, identifying high value users, recommending strategies to engage, and making it more personalized messaging could be interesting. One of the other areas that internally we have been exploring is conversational AI. For some of our own insight report, where you bring in voice-based activities, which are more widespread, and you're enabling new forms of advertising tailored to voice search behavior. And then you can also leverage NLP and AI-driven voice assistants to deliver those personalized, contextually relevant ads. And finally, I think just being ethical AI and responsible advertising, where you are mitigating bias, bringing in AI governance, and all of those. So, in summary, I would say personalization, automation, privacy and ethics, and cross channel optimization would be four key areas that probably the future of ad tech can heavily rely on.
Thank you so much, Ramya, for the detailed response, and thank you so much for the amazing session. Hopefully, the candidates are able to learn few things for sure. If you have any closing remarks or words, feel free to add, or we can end the session now. Thank you.
Thanks, yeah, thanks, Adil. Team, I hope this discussion has been helpful. Programmatic is still a booming domain in India. You will see a lot of this adoption happening in other markets. So, if you're keen on, looking at adopting data science as a stream and programmatic as an industry, please keep yourself up to date. Put yourself in some of the challenging situations. Try to understand how problem solving, and yeah, just reach out to people, network, get some thoughts, get mentored, and yeah, do whatever it takes for you to work towards your goal. And we wish you all the very best, and thank you for this amazing session. Thank you.
Thank you.